Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Seek Truth, Speak Truth. We've had a lovely little early afternoon, little debate earlier between Bullet Bill and a gentleman called BB. And it was interesting. And we're going to have a little bit of a chat about that and a chat about bloody anything. It's Sunday, Funday. So I'm starting early. I've got the bloody missus coming round after this, so I can't get too drunk, but I can get a little bit drunk. I hope you're all well. Joe Black is here. Good to see you, mate. We've got Fleur Spective, absolute legend in the house. Deadly Dave, what a ledge. Charlie Welsh, Muddy Boy Cross Axel, Mr. 42, and everybody that is here, 22 people. Thank you very much. If you have not hit that like, please do so. Just helps me out. Hit the like, please. Let's see who we've got here. We have Bullet Bill. Good to see you. And also we have Deadly Dave.
Oh.
The treats in my back.
How's things?
Yeah. Good, mate. Good to speak to you, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm procrastinating again. You're really good at making me procrastinate.
It's Sunday, Dave.
Mate.
Come on.
Yeah, I know. No rest for the wicked and all.
Oh, mate. Well, glad you came along. I reckon you were chomping at the bit during that debate where you were a little bit like.
my fingers are tired.
Show them the Irish status.
That's brilliant. Yeah. How do you think you got on, Bullet Bill?
It was good. It's actually the first debate I've done like this, honestly. So
really.
Oh yeah, I was very, very happy with it. I think I did pretty well, not to blow my trumpet. I mean, except unless you're counting the one with I've forgotten what his name's now, Ed LaCour. But that was kind of an impromptu one. It wasn't really set
it
up.
was like off the cuff. Yeah, this was like okay. Yeah, a lot of people were saying like you did really well. Completely held you cool, and obviously I think BB did himself proud as well, to be honest. I'm not going to kind of sit here and knock him. No, I mean his character was fine.
100% disagree with almost everything he said, but he was polite, he was cordial. There was time for each person to speak and all that. So I mean that's what you need. Like I mean, it's fine to disagree with people, but you need to be able to have a pleasant discourse in order to actually get somewhere.
Yes. Yeah. Because it's always the worry is I kind of had this worry as well as like is it going to be one of those debates and it never really got to that I'm not going to be if I'm debating someone I'm never going to be rude or shout at people. I am going to be quite vicious in a sense that if you say something I will try and hold you to that and I will go after these points but it's not in an aggressive it's not an attack. It's just trying to hold people what they say, kind of thing.
Yeah, which I think you did really clearly, to be honest. From I was as neutral as possible, and I think I just kind of was more of a bystander, and had tried to have no opinion either way. But as a neutral, I kind of you would have won me over, I think, if you know what I mean. And I'm probably completely biased because you're my mate, basically.
I'm a bit
so I'm gonna say that anyway, aren't I? Even if you got destroyed, so it's not really a valid opinion, is it?
I do think though something that I've noticed as I look through more and more of the stuff online, is that really what we need to have a serious and thank you for, by the way you read it out during the stream. It wasn't meant as a dig, and I don't think it was taken that way. But we really need to have a discussion about understanding what evidence is. Many people just don't understand what evidence is. We think we do, and we think we're presenting evidence, and then we get frustrated when the other side just dismisses it very quickly, and we don't understand why that's been done. And the problem is that it's not actually evidence, and we really need to get an understanding of what evidence is. Like, I mean, as I said, as soon as I was looking through some of the links in the citations that BB was presenting, I came across the likes of Daily Mail and YouTube and stuff like that. And I'm sorry, but unless you're talking about what somebody said on YouTube, YouTube isn't a citation. And unless you're talking about what somebody said in the Daily Mail, the Daily Mail isn't a citation. I mean, citations are papers that have, actual evidential data in them, and if they don't have the data in them, they themselves must cite the data, and you must be able to follow through that paper until you get to the experiments that actually demonstrate your claim. Just another claim is just another claim, and it means nothing.
Yeah. And thanks. Unexpected compliment from SE Montreal there, but thank you very much. I think you're right, Dave. It's the funny thing is, it's like you can't, as you said, you can't use the argument of, oh, so-and-so said this. And it's very, very common as well, the argument of, oh, so-and-so said this, and he's a doctor, or and it's very much a status thing. So it's like, oh, it's true because of what this person is. And science has never worked like that. You're never, ever, ever, ever true because of who you are and how prestigious you are. So any paper that you find, everything that paper talks about, well, almost everything, is grounded on what they have found, that data, They can't really go outside of this, because that's just speculation. They could say, oh, more research is needed. For example, I didn't bring up masks because I actually was under a false assumption myself for that, because I thought, oh, there'll be plenty of peer-reviewed articles about masks. There actually aren't any, or at least none that I found. So
I have two. I have two here.
Okay. But you know what I mean?
I just added a couple of guys to the stream, sorry. We've got Mr. 42, and we have Muddy Boy as well. Muddy Boy is brand new on the channel. How are you, mate? You okay?
Oh, Muddy Boy, do you want to mute? Could you mute the YouTube audio if you could hear this? Mute the YouTube audio, keep the Streamlabs audio going so they obviously can hear us. Because we're getting a little bit of feedback,
While we're getting...
I've muted you for a moment, Muddy Boy.
Okay, yeah.
I've muted you for a moment.
While we're getting
Mr.
those
42.
links, Sorry, sorry.
Yeah, take your time, mate. Mr. 42, how are you?
I'm good, thank you very much. I just wasn't really prepared. When you sent me the message, there would be a stream. I had my daughter in the shower, so I kind of quickly prepared. I am almost ready to join you guys for real.
It's all right. Cool. Take time. It's fine. Like, it just popped up.
You've had a bit of a booster in your subs recently, haven't you, Mr. 42?
Just a little bit. By the way, I have to say I'm kind of disappointed, Craig. I had a live stream yesterday, my first ever, and you weren't there. How dare you?
I'm sorry, man.
I was there.
Definitely Dave was there, yes.
I'm so sorry. Yeah.
I was
at a barbecue yesterday. Yeah. I was nowhere near the internet.
I was planning to get you on and then leave you on your own, but yeah.
That'd have been brilliant. Oh, that'd have been amazing. We do have another guest. We've got Rob Slide as well, mate. Just about to add you to the stream, buddy. Hopefully you're all there. Hello, mate.
Hello, you all right?
Good. Yeah, good to see you.
You right?
What time is it in your part at the minute?
Exactly the same as where you are, because I'm in the UK. So,
of course. No, sorry, man. Like,
2 seconds.
It's just a different day for me and you, I think. Then just it's the same time but different day, because I think I lost half of yesterday. Like,
that's it for the subs. No more Patreon. Go away. Nah, kidding.
Oh, dude. You legend. Oh no, that's good for you to jump on though, because obviously look, it's a bit more of a, it's all bloody clicking now. Of course, I'm such an idiot, because usually you don't catch my streams because I'm going too late, you know, and you're like, I've got work in the morning sort of thing. So yeah,
I have to disappear for a couple of minutes, but if you're still going when I get back, I'll drop back in again.
Of course, mate. Yep, of course. Like, so I've got the missus coming round. So basically, as soon as I get that, like, I'm 10 minutes away, I'll be like, guys, I've got to go. But yeah, until that moment, it's probably over an hour away. So we're good. We're good. We've got Try Thinking in the chat. Still hasn't tried thinking. Good to see you, though, mate. Good to see you. Thank you, Bev. Yeah. So, did you watch the debate, Rob, between Bullet Bill and BB?
I was there in the background watching some of it. I had lunch first, and then as soon as I finished lunch, I popped on and joined in for a bit. It
Nice.
just sounded like every other debate I watched because they didn't bring any evidence, and there was a lot of and this, that, and the other. It's like, oh my god. And then when he just flat out lied and said, "Oh, they were locked in Spain, they couldn't go anywhere," it's like, what are you talking about? It's like, my daughter's in Spain, that's where she lives, so I know what's going on. He said, no, they could go out for exercise. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's and to be fair, like I said before, there are valid claims that, you know, like if the argument is, oh, well, lockdowns do have these adverse effects, yes, they do. But the point is, they are 100% necessary, unfortunately. But yeah, the case for obesity and things like that, and yes, obesity is a big problem. But people have always, I don't know about other countries, but for the UK at least, I'm pretty sure that we've always been allowed to go outside for lockdown. But, you know, people in the UK don't like exercising much still, you know? So it's, that's a separate problem, non-COVID.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people actually walked more than ever during the lockdowns, actually, I suppose, didn't they? There was a lot of kind of places having more people go. You know,
I think so, yeah, because people have thought
out in the countryside.
Yeah, because I think people worked out and thought, oh, well, actually, we can walk in the park, we can go to this forest or whatever, and so I think a lot of that's been going on, which has been very, very good. So it's just one of those things.
I'm going to say, because I'm lucky enough to be able to work from home, so I've been able to work all the way through. So, you know, plenty of people that haven't been, which is terrible. But my wife and I work for the same company, so we sit and looking out in the dining room, looking out the front of the house, and the amount of people that were walking past on their sort of government-mandated hourly exercise when the lockdown started, you got used to seeing various people going past. So. And occasionally one of them would wave in at the window at us, so we'd wave back at them. So we kind of got some distant friends, as it were.
Yeah.
Like lockdown wave is, you know, you're kind of like, oh, you know, we can like. We've got Muddy Boy. I think. Oh no, it's disappeared again. Sorry, mate. If you jump, pop on again. I will try and add you to the stream again.
I think he's working on his sounds.
Yeah. So by the way, just a quick note to anyone that wants to join. The very, very simple thing you need to do: mute the audio from YouTube. You know, not here. So mute it from YouTube, and then there won't be any kind of feedback. Because otherwise, as well, you'll hear the same audio twice, and it won't really work.
Yeah. Never done this before. Installed StreamYard, but I'm getting lag and feedback. Yeah, that's the thing. If you are you on a desktop, mate, or on a phone, or but yeah, if you mute, you'll have to maybe like exit completely out of YouTube, you know, like completely close YouTube and then come onto StreamYards. You shouldn't have the feedback.
Yeah, I mean, all I did was click on the link, type in my name, and then join, and then wait for Seek to bring me in. I'm not signed up to StreamYards or anything. I'm just sitting on my laptop.
You know, Muddy, like if for whatever reason you can't, there you go. But for whatever reason, like there's technical issues, then there's always another stream. So don't worry. Like we will be allowed on.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes,
we can.
Oh, fantastic! Hi. Well, as I introduce myself, I'm from a healthcare professional group called Operating Department Practitioners. We're sort of like a doctor's wingman. We work in either intensive care, anaesthetics, or scrub. I work in anaesthetics, and then recently I've been doing a lot of neuroanesthesia. But what has happened with us with COVID is the impact it's had on us being able to treat patients across the board. Without the lockdowns, we certainly would have been totally overwhelmed, and this would have had an enormous impact on our ability to treat anyone. As a matter of fact, probably for about the first 6 months of the actual pandemic, we weren't treating anybody except for absolutely what we call a category 1 emergency, that somebody's got to be treated within 1 hour. We're now getting back into operating, but we've got a 56-week wait for urgent cases and up to 3 years for non-urgent cases.
I mean, I know
there's some
I know
that's so strange, isn't it? Like the actual waiting time. But then like I heard my sister the other day, she had like an eye operation, and I was thinking, well, how did this happen? Because she had it within like 2 weeks of seeing the doctor, and I was like, well, how the hell did that happen? Do you know what I mean? Like, but obviously it's just different departments might be nowhere near as busy as others.
Basically, what it boils down to is if you consider somebody having eye surgery, was she admitted afterwards, or did she go home the same day?
Went home the same day.
Yeah, that's the issue. You see, we can do that. We can do day case surgery, but when you require post-operative admission, we simply don't have the bed space because they were all occupied. Now, one of the arguments I've heard, and it strikes me, is there hasn't been a high death rate from COVID per head of population, which is probably accurate. But we remember the reason we actually had such a high survival rate is because we treated everybody. And I mean, some of these patients are occupying beds for up to 4 weeks. And these patients require a very high level. They're very labor intensive and very, shall we say, very resource intensive as well. So I'm nearly 63. I'm semi-retired, and I have several comorbidities. So I was moved away in the initial phase of this as this pandemic. I was moved away from the actual front line, but I had the unenviable task of doing the logistics. And we were within literally a day of running out of specialist equipment. Like, we use specialist airway management tubes, which have got built-in suction. We use this because we were reducing aerosol generation, and it protected the rest of the staff around us. I knew every rep in the country and virtually every supply director in every hospital. And we were literally exchanging equipment throughout the country to try and maintain our levels. We were that close, but my God, we did it.
It is, isn't it?
Well, can I just say, like, I know this is a token thing, but just the saying thank you for all your hard work, because, during this.
Oh, no, that's fine. The other thing that got us, and something that makes me fill up, is I've lost six colleagues to this.
Really?
Yeah, really. Ranging from housekeepers up to a consultant surgeon, And my wife is a very senior nurse we work together actually in neurosurgery. So I work with my wife. I'm with her now. I'm with her in work. It's hilarious. But she's what they call she's in the BAME group, Black Asian minority ethnic group. My wife's from the Philippines. And we've both worked. We've both been exposed to COVID, and I think you've seen my profile picture. You've seen all the kit I'm wearing. Luckily, I'm lucky now that we are beginning to move over to what we call just droplet protection for when we intubate somebody. That's when we put the airway control system in, and I then wear that kit for when we extubate, because it's more likely to be an aerosol generating procedure, and of course aerosol is what actually carries the virus. And so we're at that stage now, but we're not relaxing yet. And I think if we relax now, we take our eye off the ball, we're going to go back again. We're going to start occupying our beds, and we're not going to be able to treat patients again. And it's the collateral damage of COVID that is the big thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously you're literally on the front line. You've seen it firsthand, haven't you?
Yeah. I mean, I have not been over to the intensive care, but obviously, I've talked to my friends, and we an awful lot of patients who are impacted by COVID are obese, and managing obese patients' airways is I've worked in gynae oncology, and we get obesity is causal of a lot of endometrial and other type of gynecological cancer. So I used to deal with obese patients all the time. And from our point of view, airway management is very difficult because you've got the mass on their chest, you have to ventilate them. We do most of our obese patients, we do with minimally invasive surgery because their recovery is greater. But to do that, you've got to keep them pretty head down. You insufflate their abdomens with carbon dioxide. So you've got I'm sorry, I'm getting a bit technical here, but you've got the mass of their body on their chest, plus the fact you're pushing their diaphragm up, and then you've got to ventilate them. So you imagine that, but you're doing that with an unconscious patient. And what we were doing, we're proning these patients regularly, so we can make sure that we're ventilating the distal parts of their lungs. And we looking for something what we call alveolar recruitment. Now, if you can imagine, you've got an obese patient with a tube in their lungs. You've got an arterial line, a central line, various pumps filling them up with all sorts of drugs, urinary catheters, and what else we have. When they're going into organ failure, we'll be doing sort of hemofiltration. All these lines have to stay put, especially the airway line, because if you lose the airway, you lose the alveoli recruitment, and trying to get them back is a nightmare. So it takes about 7 to 8 people to do a coordinated turn. And we're doing this every couple of hours on a unit with maybe 40 ventilated patients.
Yeah. Because that's quite I've heard, I mean, I'm no expert, and please correct me if anything I say, Muddy, but I know that's one way that can improve the outcomes for COVID patients, is literally turning them around, can help their airways function a bit better. But to do that, even if you're talking about non-obese patients, is quite a labor-intensive task. You have to really lift someone up and rotate them, and often they don't have much strength by themselves. So I know that quite a lot of work has to be done just doing that. I know in the second peak, in the UK at least, things were looking very, very bleak and very scary in British hospitals. And we were okay, but I remember there being a time where hospitals were close to capacity, and that was quite sobering, and that was quite scary, And like you said, Muddy, we coped, but it was not good at all.
No, anyway, I'm going to be going now. I don't want to hog this stream. I just wanted to give you like a first-person perspective of what I've seen and what's been happening. So it's been great to talk to you guys. I do come onto the streams I do watch these streams quite a lot, but it's been great talking to you guys, and I'll have to go now. Thank you very much for allowing me on. Say goodbye to STSD for me, and I hope to see you around again sometime.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for your perspective.
Take care.
Thanks for your input.
Yeah. Thank you, mate. Thanks for popping on.
No problem. Bye, guys.
Bye. That was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's,
you just never
it's
know
always
obviously
cool
who's
to see
going to come on, do you?
Sorry?
No, just saying you literally never know. Like, I kind of, I'm not just going to let anyone jump on, but obviously Muddy Boy has been a commenter of mine for a long, long time. So I was like, oh, let's see what they've got to say. And you have no idea really about their kind of in-depth knowledge or expertise on a certain subject, and it's amazing sometimes what people have to say.
It's
Sorry to cut you off there, mate.
No, because it's you get people like me who come on and just talk non-stop, and it's obviously I don't mind, but there are people who are a bit more shy that are just probably thinking about going on and thinking, oh, do I go on and do it? Because it's you're broadcasting to the internet, so I think you're starting to get a few more people build up a bit more courage to come on, which is cool. It's nice to
Mm.
it's nice to have this and just to have a platform where people can just come on.
Yeah, that's the way I like to have it. I don't do it every single live stream, but like definitely, at least 50% of the time, I think, why the hell not? Like people might just be like, oh, let's just come on for a chat. Look what happened to Mr. 42. He kind of made a channel around it. And I was actually thinking earlier, Bullet Bill, like, really, if you were actually pushing for it, you could have I was thinking you could easily have 1,000 subscribers. Like, why, you know what I mean? But you just don't even do anything. You don't care, do you? Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't
It's not that I
worry
don't
about
care.
it.
I've never I mean, maybe I should. I don't know. Maybe I should, but I've never really intended on making actual debunking content. So it's just one of those things. I mean, I just make Minecraft vids. So some people subscribe to me anyway, which I appreciate. But
Well, I never had
I
it.
don't know. Maybe I should. I would say I'm not brilliant at making videos. I'm probably of the same league as you, STST. Probably a little bit worse actually. So
I never.
I can produce and edit videos. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
But I'm not particularly great at it. So it will take me quite a long time to make a video that's
Yeah.
not brilliant. Do you know what I mean? So
That's
it's
the thing. Like,
Yeah, but
with
have you
my-
done it a few times, so it goes easier and you learn, and it is faster after a while?
that's true.
Maybe you should just start doing it once and see what happens for yourself.
That's
with my
true.
flat Earth
Yeah.
videos,
That's
I
how I
literally,
started.
like,
Sorry.
yeah, sorry. With my flat Earth videos, I literally just I just think of it and just make it there and then. Like, I don't even write anything down. It's just all like edited there and then. And obviously, a lot of people say that, they're like, how are your flat Earth videos not being funny? Like, so poor compared to the way you do your history videos. But it's just like, I have the passion in that. I will sit there and actually think, no, I'll wait on this and see what I think of it tomorrow and watch it again. And oh no, this needs to happen. I've got to do that. And so literally with my flat Earth videos, I'm like, I don't sit there for days getting things together. Like, it's just not me. I mean, most of my on this channel now is literally live streaming. Every now and again, I'll just think, oh, I'll make a video. Cup of tea. But yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, that's the way I like it, really. I'm enjoying Mr. 42's content at the minute.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
But,
I'm working through the back catalogue.
I have to say,
Yeah.
I'm putting more time in it than my earlier videos now. Especially those
Yeah,
Karen
you
videos.
will
That is just I
notice.
spend an hour searching for a few videos, smash them together, talk a little bit, and it's done in 2-3 hours. I have a video. The one from yesterday, the 18 minutes, 5 videos for Leo. That took me quite a few hours. I think it was 6-7 hours in total that I've been working on that. So there's a lot more effort into it now, but I also think that the result is speaking for itself, because I'm
You'll
really
notice
proud of
it.
what I've produced yesterday.
Yeah, I haven't actually seen that yet, so I'll have to check back on that. But you will notice that definitely. The effort that is put in, you'll definitely notice that. Like, oh, hang on a minute, like your views will certainly rise.
Yeah.
It's just going to happen, isn't it? So it's good that you've got that passion for it, dude.
Yeah, exactly. And the biggest compliment I got was yesterday from Where's Wally. He messaged me after seeing my video, and he said that one video that you did, I would have made exactly the same points. And from a guy smart as Where's Wally, that's really so. I did well, apparently.
Yeah, you did very well. Yeah.
I will
Well,
not
not that
spoil
I've
it.
seen it actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I will not
don't
spoil
have
it because you haven't seen it yet.
No spoilers.
Done well,
Naughty.
dude. And obviously, when you took over my stream, didn't you? That sort of threw you in the deep end. You kind of
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
By the way,
You
did you
ran
charge
with
your
it.
phone today as well?
Yeah, it's on 91% at the minute, so we're okay.
Perfect.
I am going to have to run in about 10 minutes, guys.
Uh-oh.
Because the
There it
missus is
starts.
coming round. But yeah,
That's where it
but
starts.
yeah, because obviously me and Bill have been streaming since 12:30.
Yeah.
So it's been a long slog, but it was fun. It really was fun. I found it really relaxing and actually you know, kind of usually when I've done a stream, I've got to keep it running and etc. etc. So it was nice to just go right 10 minutes and just go like and just sit back. And I was like, yeah, lovely.
Just
I like
fall
this on a
asleep.
Sunday. Yeah, yeah, I was like, sitting there just going.
I thought
Okay,
it's
now
fine.
you
You
just
just run out of
dropped
power
off.
again.
You just disappeared. And we're like, okay, nice moderating there. I'm only kidding.
Oh, the
Classic.
mighty one. This one is for you now.
Jean-Luc.
Not because of what he said, but he's talked about Captain Picard, so I put the captain on screen.
I'm actually glad as well because BB has kind of he's for whatever reason he's kind of made me as like the person that I've got to like you know, debate and do you know what I mean? He's kind of made a thing about it, and now
Yeah.
that hopefully now that we've had this debate, it won't like link because it was lingering before, wasn't it, Seeger?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I mean, he was obviously just kind of a concerned guy. He was nowhere near as I don't know, like, you know, some flat earthers. You're kind of like, it's so difficult to even talk to them. But you know, obviously, he's not a flat earther, so
And he wasn't a cover denier. That also makes a very big difference.
Yeah, you know, he obviously
Yes.
knew it existed. So there were certain things where there is a certain level of respect that you kind of are going to have with him, I suppose.
Yeah, I think.
And he was a cool, you know, he spoke okay, you know.
I think he's the thing about BB is that it's good that he hasn't like completely abandoned sort of the status quo, which is he accepts that coronavirus is a thing. He accepts that it's dangerous, and he also, to an extent, he accepts that lockdowns are necessary to whatever degree. I think he's just a little bit vulnerable to other people coming in and saying, well, you know, actually Sweden, you know, and I think he's allowed himself to be influenced by these things rather than looking it up. Because as I said, you know, Sweden, it's always funny when people bring out Sweden and say, look at Sweden, they had no lockdown measures in there, and you know, they came out just fine. And it really doesn't take much looking into to realize that isn't the case. But if you stop at your first like clickbaity source, then that's the opinions you can end up with. You know, you've just got to like think, you know what? Let's double check that. Let's double check. It might be true. It might be completely true, and then that's not. It's not any skin off your bones, is it? If it's true, then great. You've just confirmed something. But it might be false. You know. And if it's false, then you've just caught them out. You've said, right, I'm not going to let you, you know, influence me with your lies, basically.
People just love to gossip as well. So when they have like this little bit of like news that they think they've got, and they can go like, oh, you know, have you heard about this? And did you know that that's going on? And people just, you know, they think, oh, rather than actually looking for the truth, they'd rather have false truth. You know, if it makes them feel good, sometimes that's the way I feel. Is like they gain strength from that supposed hidden knowledge that actually wasn't hidden. That was in the paper. You know, it's just stupid, man. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna have to call it one. Thank you so much, all. Rob, thank you for jumping on, mate.
That's right.
We need to do a stream where maybe just me and you have a chat.
Yeah, that's fine.
That'd be cool sometime, man. Mr. 42, thank you so much.
Yo, welcome. Short but steady.
Very well, you know.
Yes.
I'll take anything I can get. Like you say, a lot of your streams are when I'm having to sleep because I've got to get up in the morning. So
yeah,
and we're in the same country. That's the really annoying part. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's the thing. I need to. Yeah, I mean, sometimes actually on a Thursday I'll go live at about 8. So that's more reasonable for you, isn't it? If you know what I mean? So yeah, we usually have it as called Beers with STST. So you're more than welcome to jump on. Water's welcome as well. You know, I just call it beers, but you know, anything's welcome.
I'm going to say it's normally Diet Coke.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm not allowed alcohol, so I have to behave.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely fine, mate. Bullet Bill's always on the tee, so that's fine. Bill, thanks for the debate earlier, mate, for your time and everything. That's you obviously came very well prepared, so thank you very much. When is the next history video going to be up? That is literally my next task. That is on. It's ready. It's in my head. Yeah, it's ready to come. You will not see any more debunking videos on this channel, so please do go over onto a part of history. Check out. I think there's like 6 videos on there. Check those out if you would. I will always, of course, be live streaming. Definitely next Thursday at 8 UK time. And thank you all for coming along. So thank you very much.
Yes,
Stay
thank
safe
you.
and keep it global.
See you guys.
Thank you very much, guys.
Awesome.